Our Tuesday, March the 1st, council agenda. Now call this meeting to order. Pledge of Allegiance and invocation this afternoon will be given by Councilwoman Coonrod. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, ma'am. We have no special presentations this afternoon. Could I have a motion on the minutes? We have a motion on the minutes to approve with a proper second. Any questions or comments before we vote? All in favor, aye. Any opposed, no. So moved. We have no ordinances on final reading this afternoon, no ordinances on first reading. That takes us down to resolutions. Madam Clerk, if there are no objections from the council, would you please read 7A and B together as a package, please?
Item A resolution authorizing the mayor, his designee, to apply for and, if awarded, accept a community development block grant, child care grant from the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development for the purpose of providing physical improvements to child care facilities in the city of Chattanooga for an amount not to exceed $283,500 and subsequently to enter into an agreement with the Southeast Tennessee Development District for a multi-year period beginning on March 1, 2021 and ending December 31, 2023 for the administration of the Community Development Block Grant Child Care Grant from the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development for an amount not to exceed $21,345. Item B, a resolution authorizing the city of Chattanooga to provide a sub-grant of $207,595 from the American Rescue Plan state and local fiscal relief funds to the Chattanooga Area Food Bank for the purposes of funding emergency food assistance due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
What is the pleasure of council? We have a motion on the floor to approve items 7A and B with a proper second. Are there any questions or comments before we vote? All in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. So moved. That takes us now to purchases. Chief, make it quick.
Yes, sir. Fast as I can. We have 5 purchases tonight. The first is from the Facilities Division of Public Works, new blanket contract for supplemental custodial services. 4 bids were received, and the award will go to Detail Experts as the best bid meeting specifications. This will be a 1-year contract with an amount not to exceed $270,000. Second, Waste Resources Division of Public Works, new blanket contract for cleanup sewer backup services. 2 bids were received, and the award goes to Disaster Master as the best bid meeting specifications. This will be a 4-year contract with an annual amount not to exceed $325,000. Third, from Fleet Management Division of Public Works, 4 blanket contracts for heavy equipment maintenance and repair services. These will be 4-year contracts with a combined annual amount of not to exceed $610,000. 4 bids were received, and the awards will go to all 4 bidders as follows: Stowers Machinery Corporation with an annual amount not to exceed $250,000. Power Equipment Company with an annual amount not to exceed $180,000. Kubota of Chattanooga with an annual amount not to exceed $90,000. Chattanooga Tractor and Equipment Company with an amount not to exceed $90,000. Fourth, Fleet Management Division Public Works, new blanket contract for tri-axle dump trucks. 2 bids were received, and the award goes to Lee Smith Inc. as the best bid meeting specifications. This will be a 4-year contract with an annual amount not to exceed $1,200,000. Fifth, Citywide Services Public Works, first of 2 renewals with Piping Supply Company for corrugated metal pipe. The vendor submitted a price increase of 38% at the time of renewal. Renewal is recommended for approval with an annual amount not to exceed $55,000. And finally, Citywide Services Public Works, first of 2 renewals with Straight Path Distributing LLC for corrugated pipe, metal pipe. The vendor submitted a price increase of 23% at the time of renewal, recommended for approval with an annual amount not to exceed $20,000.
All right, council, you've heard the request for tonight's purchases. We have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Questions or comments before we vote? All in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Motion to approve does carry. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
That takes us now to committee reports. Councilwoman Coonrod. Mr. Vice Chair.
No report, Mr. Chair.
Councilwoman Burrs.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. Today, we had a report on the redistricting that we're planning for the city. We had some interesting discussion about all of it, and it is set on the agenda for a vote for, I believe it's April 5th is that meeting. In no way does this affect anything going with District 8 now and the selection of a new person.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilman Hester. Councilman Ledford.
Chairman, Planning and Zoning did meet today. We covered all items on our agenda.
All right, thank you, sir. And as a way of report, during our strategic planning this afternoon, we did decide as a council that the applicant interviews for District 8 would start at 3:00 on March the 8th. Each candidate or each applicant will be given 3 minutes to address the council, and then council members obviously would have the ability to ask questions to follow. The nominations and vote to fill the District 8 seat will take place at our 6:00 meeting under other business. Now we move to other business, and I think we do have a announcement by the city attorney on a settlement. Mr. Attorney?
Yes, sir. The city attorney's office would like to announce a settlement in the matter of employee Eric Holloway, who has had 3 on-the-job injury claims. There's been a negotiated settlement in the amount of $150,000 in that case. We just wanted to present that to you unless there's any objection.
All right. I am not hearing any objection at this time from the council. That takes care of all of our agenda items this afternoon, and it brings us to the time that we recognize persons wishing to address the council this afternoon. Do we have anyone in the audience that would like to address the council this afternoon? Okay. All right, I'm going to ask the attorney if he would to read the rules to address the council. And if you would like, you could go ahead and make your way to the podium.
Thank you. At this time, anyone that wishes to speak to the council at this point in time this is the public comment section. Each person wishing to address the council can be recognized only from the microphone. Can't have more than 3 minutes to speak at a time, and you can address the council only upon matters within their legislative and quasi-judicial authority and not upon matters that are under another agency. Don't use any vulgar or obscene language or use the floor to personally attack or personally denigrate others, and address your comments to the council as a whole. Having made those comments, please go forward, ma'am.
All right, and give us your name and district number if you would, please. Hold on one second. Mr. Itika, we get 3 minutes on the clock. Thank you.
My name is Susan Gilmore, and I'm from District 7. And I'm here tonight because I wanted to express my concern about my neighborhood, because the very value and unique character of our established urban and North Shore communities is currently being threatened by the proliferation of short-term vacation rentals. I say this as a Southside resident, voter, and residential realtor. My very own neighborhood is being transformed right before my eyes from a community to a hotel district. In the past few months, 5 STVRs were added. Another neighbor's long-term tenants were operating a non-licensed, non-owner occupied STVR. And then another neighbor most recently applied for yet another non-owner occupied STVR. Finally, the neighbors had it. We coalesced, 17 letters of opposition were written, and the neighbor withdrew his application. But it was a hollow victory for the neighborhood. The STVR governing ordinances are vaguely written, so now that very same applicant has applied as an owner-occupied for an owner-occupied permit, maintaining that he is renting his primary residence, and so none of the requirements of being a non-owner occupied STV are applied to him, even though he only intends to rent his home when he is out of the country, thousands of miles away, working on the other side of the Atlantic. Chattanooga residents living in this STVR overlay are desperate for you to take immediate action to review, clarify, and revise the ordinances regulating these income-producing properties. And if you cannot do that, then I beg you to consider an immediate moratorium on the issuance of further permits until these ordinances can be reviewed and clarified. I know tourist dollars are important, but your residents need to come first. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. My
evening.
name is Betty Maddox Battle. I reside at 2320 Green Forest Drive in the 5th District. And I stand before you today. I'm very disappointed, very disappointed. I am the mother of a son that was murdered in 1993. I've been before you all several times. What we're doing today in this day and time to curb the violence in our communities where we live is totally unacceptable. What is going on in our community today? I am the founder and organizer of a 501c3 homicide support group. On September the 25th, there were 7 Black females that were shot. 2 of them was murdered. We haven't had anything brought to the community in reference to what is going on with the investigation. I stand here as a grieving mother, pleading with you all, begging with you all for some type of support. I have over 30 years of law enforcement. I know what it is to testify in court on a murder trial. I also know what it is to process a crime scene, to see a dead body there and photograph that dead body. I'm deeply hurt and I'm deeply disappointed. We run for office. You all sit in these positions. And the late Bishop Desmond Tutu said it best. If you help us, we will remember. But if you do not help us, we will remember. This is the time. It's time out for foolishness. We're losing our kids. It's chaos all over the world. People are dying. Babies are dying for no reason at all. And you all have to forgive my passion right now, but somebody got to speak. There has been no arrest, no kind of communication on what is going on, because my understanding, when I moved back to my hometown, I was born and raised here. I didn't just come here. So that being said, we've got to find out. We got to collectively come together. Where is the homicide support group here in the city of Chattanooga? These children are traumatized, seeing their loved ones shot down, the mothers grieving all over the place. We need to collectively come together, bring these young people to the table. And I leave you with this. In the book of Zechariah 7 and 9, this is what the Lord Almighty says: administer true justice and show compassion to one another. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ann Watley. I'm in District 9. I have called before. We're here today asking that someone will please assist us. We're from the Battery Heights community. You all, I would assume you approved a contract for them to come in and they took over a property and they're under renovation now. But the problem is that with the residents up there, we have 147 units that's being occupied. With the residents up there, they're treating us as if though we're not human. They're coming in saying that they're going to do different works to the apartments, but nothing is being done. You have wires, which is dangerous, hanging out, and I have sense enough to know what protocol is. We've talked with management, we've talked with the one above management, we've had meetings, we've had Zoom meetings, but all we ever hear from management is that we're gonna get to it, some of the parts didn't come in, or they're gonna come back, they're gonna do this, and it is not safe. And then when you try to talk to the contractors, they're saying, well, they told us to skip this apartment, don't do this, don't do that. I have experienced renovation before with the housing authority and other properties. I know that it is not right for people to have to live the way we are living. And I'm asking you all, please, please consider it and try to get us some kind of questions, get us some answers so that we'll know exactly what else is it that we can do as a community. And we in District 9, and I've talked to Councilman Coonrod about it before.
Sure, Chief. Do you think you could get, Ms. Walday, could you get with, right behind you there?
Okay.
After the meeting, just get with Jermaine and see if we can get you some answer.
Good evening. My name is Denise Thurman, and I'm also from District 9. I live out there where Miss Ann live. And just like she said, this renovation thing, I live in a handicap apartment, and they saying that they got to move us out for 6 weeks. The way they renovating, they putting people in hotels for 14 days. When they come back, stuff still ain't done. And by me being handicapped, I have to ask for help because I just can't ask for help right then. I have to make arrangements. So we got all this stuff packed up because they said they could come and do the apartments. I'm grateful for the renovations. I'm grateful for them, and I'm not complaining. I'm just stating my concerns. And we do ask about them, but they don't never give us a straight answer. They put notes on our door. Last week, we supposed to get new doors. I'm the only one in my building ain't got a new door yet. They say the handicaps a special place, and it's gonna take them a while to do them. I understand that. But in the meantime, I got to find somewhere to go stay until they get finished. Otherwise, they gonna finish it while you there. Then they coming in the houses, excuse me, with no masks on in this pandemic, and I got underlying issues, and I asked them, I can't speak that other language, and you tell them to put the mask on, so I just do this. And we got the right to not let them in our house without being threatened with this here corona. I've been staying safe so far. I'm vaccinated, and I've been staying safe so far, and I wanted to stay that way. Some of them nice enough to get a mask and come in there, but last time they was in there, I had to sit in my house with a mask because they did not have one on. And if we say they not able to come in there, then that means they gonna do something going by somewhere else. All I want to do is to live comfortable while they doing this, while they doing it. They putting people in hotels for 14 days, and when they come back, their house still ain't finished. My girlfriend had to go take a bath over somebody else's house because they ain't finished with her apartment, but they allow her to come back and say they finished. Every day they waiting on this, they waiting on that, and they just completely forgot about me. And I just want answers. All I want to know is that doing this renovation, just make it comfortable for us, especially me, because I am handicapped. And I'm gonna speak real fast at the end of this. I'm gonna speak real fast. I just want to let y'all know that all I want is some answers and some help, and to just move in a comfortable way and live and live and live. That's all. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, what, Jermaine? Is this one of the apartment? Let me address Jermaine just a minute. Is this one of the apartments? Is this the apartment that we gave a pilot to?
Yes, I believe so, but we were trying to double check that to verify it though. Yeah.
I thought we did, and
Yeah.
I thought in the agreement that laid out how this renovation would take place.
So we could follow up with that and
Okay.
and follow up with the property managers.
Okay, please, thank you.
Yes, sir.
My name is Melanie McElvain-Coon. I also live in District 9 in Battery Heights. The renovation is a nightmare on Elm Street. It's I just came back from the hotel. My apartment was not finished. I'm disabled, both hips replaced. They're not doing anything for the handicap. They just, whatever, get it done. We don't care how you get it done, whether you're hurting. I also have arthritis. So the issues at hand are now overwhelming. And it's a big problem. Alco Management now has taken over Battery Heights, and the renovation, I don't know who thought the renovation up, but it's nice for the renovation, because now the handicap, we get a wash and dry hookup. That's all I care about. I care less about the rest of it. But we have no closet space now. We're scrapping to try to figure out everything, where we're gonna throw stuff out, and the whole thing is just horrible. And I'm hoping that somebody that granted them the money or whatever they got will make them acknowledge that they're gonna have to do a better job with the renovation. Thank you.
Councilwoman Burrs.
Yeah, my question is, who are they? Who is the they that, I mean, well, I was asking the administration. I'm hearing everything you said. I just want to know who they are.
The company is Alco Management, and so that's who we would have to follow up with to figure out how best to rectify the situation and to address the constituents' concerns.
All right. And so when we helped them out,
Yes, ma'am.
did they have certain things they were supposed to do? Or do we have certain criteria like requiring masks, like the various protocols that they were to follow since we helped them out?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the pilot was approved before the pandemic. So I don't
Before what?
before the pandemic started. So prior to 2020. So I don't know that any of that was thought of back then when that was approved.
Did we not do we not require, so we hired somebody, talk to me about this. They're rehabbing.
Right. So the city doesn't hire them. The owners of the property hire them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so what we'll need to do is talk to the owners of the property, which in this case is Alco Management, to see what the issues are with the contractors that they've hired. But they don't work for the city. They work for the property manager.
Right. And how big was, I believe we gave them a pilot?
Yes, we're double checking that to figure out what the length of the term was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because masks should have been required. People should be treated with dignity. I mean, I know you know all this. This
Yes,
isn't
ma'am.
fussing with you, but
Right.
just because of the rent people pay doesn't mean they shouldn't be treated equitably. All the things I heard don't pass the test for me, especially if we gave them a pilot.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know and that's not a criticism of you.
Right.
I just think this isn't okay.
Right. Absolutely. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilwoman Coonrod.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Ms. Ann, and everybody for coming up here. I appreciate you doing that and rallying up the troops. This conversation been ongoing. I have, reached out to the property owners. They're located out in Memphis. We've had several conversations, and I just recently reminded them about the pilot and the agreement that they agreed to. And this is the pilot that we approved prior to the pandemic. And in it, it also states that they're going to, because the rent increased significantly, like doubled. And their terms was agreed. So a place that was once $500, now they're paying market rate. And the agreement was that they would keep, maybe we would get about 9 to 12 Section 8 units. But I have talked to you about it, so I'm glad my constituents came up, so you know it's just not me saying it. It is a legit concern. And hopefully you all can nudge them to do something different. And so through my phone calls with them, I was able to get them to agree to have them placed in a hotel for 14 days. They did agree to that, but it's other things that that's more serious that's happening that they're not adhering to. So I'd appreciate your nudge on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, is there anyone else that would like to address the council this afternoon? Anyone else that'd like to address the council? Council, I am not seeing anyone else that would like to address the council. What's your pleasure? So moved.
Hey, y'all vote for me. I might want to be coon rock. She ain't doing her job. What's up? Y'all come see me.